So why do the people of Harris County get to pay for a lawyer for you when you get to play Xbox all day?
This one as well. Yes, sir. As well. Necessary. Yeah.
You, whoa. You were on bond for DWI and you picked up a new DWI.
You say whether you were guilty, you actually picked.
So he had a felony warrant for a felony possession of a controlled substance. March 5th, he picks up a DWI. I guess he gets out, right? Because then 3 days later, he picks up another DWI and simultaneously picks up another felony assault.
You know about the other assault case.
Yes, so he picks up a continuous judge, on the, so,
Hey, don't look at his computer, Mr. Webb. Look up here. I'm prettier.
the first DWI was May 5th, Judge. Do you want me to read PC on that one?
Please.
Okay. So, Judge, on May 5th, or this was May 4th, 2024, officers observed the defendant blocking a moving lane of traffic facing south in Harris County, Texas. The defendant started heading westbound on the 13,000 block of Whittington Drive, where officer ran his license plate. The defendant's license plate came back with an expired registration as of January 2023. Traffic stop was conducted. Officer observed a strong odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from his breath, glossy eyes, slurred speech, swaying back and forth while standing upright. SFSCs were conducted, 6 out of 6 HGN, 3 out of 4 one leg stand, 8 out of 8 walk return. DIC was read, defendant refused, a blood warrant was executed and blood was drawn on that case, Judge. So that was May 5th, it was reset to May 10th, but in the meantime, on May 7th,
So 2 days later.
2 days later, on May 7th, officers were dispatched to a disturbance family call at 10919 Gulf Freeway 3301 in Harris County, Texas. Complainant reported an assault in which she was calling the police on defendant Webb. When he left, the officers returned to the location and observed the defendant Webb driving his 2022 red Mitsubishi Mirage in the parking lot of the apartment complex and parking his vehicle. Officer observed defendant Webb to have slurred speech, glossy eyes, unsteady balance, mild smell of alcoholic beverage emitting from his breath. Complainant moved the defendant's vehicle from the reserved spot to ensure it would not be towed. As complainant entered the defendant's vehicle, she handed the officers a styrofoam cup that was in the cup holder.
So he's drinking while he's got it in the car.
That's what's being alleged, Judge, advising officers that the defendant was drinking that beverage. SFSTs were refused. Defendant refused breath, but wanted to give a specimen of his blood warrant instead, so blood was drawn on that case, Judge. I don't have numbers on either of them yet. In that assault allegation, she alleges multiple transactions. That's why he was charged with continuous. And Judge, on the continuous, that is the same complainant as a terroristic threat that was dismissed on March 8th.
You just had a terroristic threat that was dismissed March 8th with the companion criminal mischief.
Correct.
Both of those against the same complainant and witness, to wit, now we have a felony assault.
Correct. Felony continuous. So the allegation is multiple assaults.
So I have here that was given a PR bond on the first DWI and then they made his bond 2,500 on the second DWI. What are we doing here now?
I would hope that the judge would keep the $2,500 second DWI and raise the first DWI to $2,500.
Mr. Webb, I find you are such a public danger, and by clear and convincing evidence that you so will not follow bond conditions, I'm going to revoke both your bonds and I'm going to set them just very, very high. Your continual and complete lack of, and your refusal to follow bond conditions shows me that you just continually do this to us. And I find that there are no reasonable measures that we can employ to protect the public against you, other than jail. I don't, I mean, so, I guess I'm gonna match the felony bonds. I'll set them both at $10,000 each. To be made 100% cash bond. You know, and Mr. Webb, I'm now gonna have you sign with me today an affidavit promising me that you're not gonna drive. If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. Every time you get into a car and drive, it's an offense in and of itself, punishable by up to 6 months of jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand? If you step into a car, I will sprout horns and a tail because I'm going to be so upset. Do you understand me? I'm going to do one affidavit on each DWI that you've picked up. Understand that I can stack these if you get into a car. Do you understand, Mr. Webb? So I guess at this point, we'll just set it, Mr. D, until after the felony cases are set.
Yes, sir,
Until the felony cases are set for July 10th.
Correct.
So, Miss Rachel, so I'm going to, on Mr. Webb, he must have a scram. I don't know if he's going to post bond, but if he does, he must have a GPS monitor, house arrest, no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, no contact with the complaining witness. And then on the other ankle, he would a scram. I don't know if he can get it upon release. I don't think he can. So we'll make it one day after if he is released. GPS prior to release, correct. With automatic home confinement, the only thing is he can meet with a lawyer. And that's it. Mr. Webb, above all else in your life, do not drive. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for bringing him out, Mr. D.
That's good. Thank you.